Welcome ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Captures here, and in today's brand new video we're going to go through some of Pokemon's highest selling items in 2020 so far. Now these items date back from January all the way up to June 28th, which is when I'm currently recording this, and there has been some absolutely huge Pokemon buys lately. So stay tuned and you'll be able to see shortly. Okay, so to get the video started, we're going to start with probably the rarest card on this list. Now, you might think that's a bit funny, but considering we are actually starting from lowest price to highest price. And this card here, there was only 7 of them ever printed in the entire world. Now, I'm talking about the 2002 E3 Pokemon Manhole 4-position only card. Like I did state, there was only 7 in the entire world. Now, according to the backstory on eBay, they were only test cards back in 2002 by Wizard of the Coast, who ran 8 rares through their printers. Now, that is 8 different types of Pokemon cards through their printers. Now, these were originally made for the new expedition packs that hadn't been released yet. They were then ended up putting through as legendary packs. Now, they were all meant to be destroyed, which some weren't. Hence the reason why we've got this card here. Now, apparently, according to the story again, an employee opened a few and left the rest sealed. Over 10 years later, the employee decided to sell the rest of the packs, breeding a whole new collectible into the Pokemon world. Now, going off this, there's actually 60 Charizard cards, 32 Blastoise cards, 30 Ampharos cards, 52 Alakazam cards, 29 Arbok cards, 10 Dugtrio cards, 7 Clefable cards, and 7 of the Manhole cards. Now, the Manhole card here is one of the cards that were sent, and this here did sell in Victoria, Australia. So, just goes to show that these cards are out there, but they would be extremely hard to find. Now, this sold for 30,000 Australian dollars. Just so you get a rough idea, that's 20,500 US dollars or 16,600 British pounds. Now, that is a huge sale for a card that doesn't even look like a Pokemon card from the front. Now, as you can see, it does have the Pokemon symbol at the back, as well as the normal look of a Pokemon card, which brings it to be one of the most interesting cards that we've ever seen, yet alone on this list. Coming up next, we have an unopened Base Set 2 Booster Box case. Now, this sold in the United States of America. Just so you get a rough idea, one Booster Box case will hold 6 Booster Boxes. Now, if this isn't sealed case, as you can imagine, these 6 Booster Boxes in this case would look absolutely amazing. These would be in brand new, untouched condition. And mate, it just sold for a huge amount. Now, the selling value for this sold for 23,200 USD. Now that's approximately 32,500 Australian dollars or 17,950 pounds. Now this sold back in April. I do wonder what the seller originally did with this, if they did keep it in the case or if they opened it up. It is a bit of a risk buying a booster box case because if you want to leave it sealed, it's very hard to tell what's actually in there. So you might have had to have opened that one up just to check what's in there, I guess. Either way, an amazing purchase. Up next, we have a 2005 X-Deoxys Gold Star Rayquaza holographic card in PSA 10. Now, interesting thing is that this card sold in Argentina. It's got a population of 44, and it sold for 23,300 USD. Now, that's approximately 33,500 Australian dollars, or about 18,000 British pounds. Now, another massive card. It's got a very low population at 44. And I'll be honest with you, it's not even the only one on the list. There is another Gold Star Deoxys, X-Deoxys Gold Star Rayquaza on the list, and it is another absolutely massive sale. Now, a lot of these cards and a lot of the booster boxes and stuff that I will be talking about in this video wouldn't sell at this price at the start of the year. Pokemon has just had an absolute huge boost in terms of how expensive some of the cards got, especially sealed items. Sealed items are a massive selling point at the moment, and they are absolutely huge. Next up, we have 3 unopened unlimited base set booster boxes sold in the UK. Sold in the US for $24,000. Now, this is approximately 35,000 Australian dollars or 19,500 British pounds. The interesting thing about this is unlimited base set booster boxes were selling for around about 3,500 to 4,500 Australian dollars at the start of this year. This is what I was saying before. There has been a huge jump in costing difference. Pokemon prices have just skyrocketed through the roof lately. Now, all 3 boxes were in mint condition. This sold in May as of this year. And like I said, it's just amazing on how much that these things have gone up in value. I was very tempted to buy one for around about 3.5 Australian dollars literally earlier this year, which I'm kicking myself that I didn't do. But as they say, if you knew what was going to happen, you'd just you'd load up on everything. So anyway, a very nice buy. Coming in next, we have another 2005 X-Deoxys Gold Star requires a holographic. This one sold in the UK for £22,500. Now, not a huge difference between this and the other X-Deoxys card that sold. Biggest difference is, I guess, time. So the early one that I spoke about sold in April. This one here sold in May. Now, in saying that, there is a huge jump in price. Now, just so you get a rough idea, that first one sold for around about 23,300 USD. This second one sold for 28,000 USD. Now, that is in a matter of 2 to 3 months of how much it's gone up in value. And like I did say, Pokemon cards have skyrocketed, especially over the last 3 to 4 months. This is another great purchase, I think. Anyway, with a population of only 44, I do think that this will be one of the cards that continues to go up in value. Anyway, next up, we have a raw card. Now, a raw card selling for more than £24,995 is remarkable. Now, this is a 1999 first edition Charizard holographic card. It was mint condition, and it sold in the UK for, like I said, £24,995. Now, that's approximately 45,000 Australian dollars or 31,000 US dollars. Now, this is one of the top 3 most expensive raw Pokemon cards of all time. It is a huge purchase and a huge risk buying a raw card at this at so expensive of a rate. Now, just so you know, a raw card hasn't been graded. I'm sure majority of people know that, but for the few people that don't know that and watching the video, an ungraded card is a huge risk because it literally, obviously conditions going to be pending, but some people grade harder than others. PSA are the main grading company, and when you see something like this that is raw and sold for such a huge expense, you'd really want it to be a PSA 10. It's outstanding how expensive that this card sold for as a raw card. It's just unheard of before. It's amazing. Anyway, final card we have on this list is yet another 1999 first edition Charizard holographic. This one is a PSA 10 though. It's sold in the UK for £43,889. This is huge. Now, the population of this card is 120. So again, when we were talking about populations before of the Rayquaza, there is almost 3 times as many of these as there is of the Gold Star Rayquaza. Biggest selling point of this is it's a Charizard. It's the holy grail of Pokemon cards. Everyone wants this card. Now, that is, just so you get a rough idea in terms of costing from the US and Australians, that is 79,000 Australian dollars or 53,000 US dollars. Now, here in Australia, you'll buy a house for around about $350,000 to $450,000. Don't get me wrong, it probably won't be the nicest house in the nicest area, but for $350,000 to $450,000, you can get something pretty decent. At $80,000, you could literally have a house deposit or a really, really nice car, depending on how you spend your money. But in saying that, that is a huge, huge costing. Now, at $53,000 US, I can imagine it being a very similar situation where it would either be like a house deposit or a really, really nice car. And again, I'm all for this because I would love to have that card, but that is so expensive, and it's great that it's gone for that rate. This sold as of the 21st of April this year, and like I did say, it was in the UK. Now, going back to what I was reiterating, Pokemon cards have skyrocketed lately. I don't know if it's going to go up or if it's going to go down, but when cards like this are pulling £43,889, I would have to say that they're going to continue to go up in value, especially the most sought after card of all time in terms of a Pokemon card. It is huge. It probably would be one of the most sought after cards in the entire world. Everyone knows that is into some form of collecting knows what a 1999 Charizard holographic PSA 10 first edition is and would probably sell for. So anyway, guys, that's the end of this video. If you did like this video, please feel free to like and subscribe. If this is the type of content that you want to see as well, let me know in the comments. I am happy to continue to post more of this stuff. I just thought it was something a little bit interesting and a little bit different. Anyway, guys, that's me done for the day. Peace out.